The Rachel Zegler insanity enters week 2 as we finally got the second week in worldwide numbers. And I'm be honest with y'all, it's just as pathetic as we all expected. Well, actually, scratch that. It's even worse. Okay. Now you can practically feel basically Disney in the panic room somewhere with calculators in hand, trying to scrounge up every single dime and nickel. Like, did you get that 25 cents from that one theater over in Idaho? I mean, it's insane cope at this point. You see, they're actually scratching every nickel just to go ahead and make this Rachel Zegler mess look halfway decent on paper. And the crazy part, it's still bad. I mean, real bad. And this is the Richard Zegler insanity if I've ever seen one. You see, the whole Richard Zegler driven rollout turned what could have been a sleepy box office stumble into a full blown international trash fire. Okay. Now, thanks to Rachel Zegler and her endless stream of arrogance, this whole woke Snow White is shaping to go ahead and be up the biggest, punchline of the year. Now, and that's actually saying a lot. But right now, I mean, the global the global total, if you excuse me, sits at a depressing $143 million. That's everything, domestic, international, and that's just not just bad, but that's historically low. That's what this movie should have pulled in the first weekend if it actually had any momentum. Okay, and it's out there crawling like a wounded animal at this point. There's been about a 70% drop from the opening weekend and stuff, depending on the outlet themselves. Now, I've seen 70%, I've seen 66%, but at this point, doesn't even matter. It's all above 50%. It's all just confirming what we already knew. This movie is cooked, dead on arrival. And Rachel Zegler's meltdown is baked into these numbers. She's the face of this very fiasco. Every time Rachel Zegler opened her mouth, the drop got worse. And it's all just because it's all fed this international trash fire that Disney keeps trying to spin into some kind of misunderstood masterpiece. But no, this is actually the result of Richard Zegler meeting Hollywood arrogance. Okay, so basically, from what I gathered from this is that some people are just simply saying that Disney could be looking at a loss of 200 million to $300 million. I don't know the exact number, but it's going to be a lot. Okay, and not in a funny oopsie way, but in someone's going to get fired kind of way. And you know what? This movie is headed for the trash bin of cinematic history, and this weekend is not going to help either. Now, you've also got the Minecraft movie that's doing surprisingly well, getting a solid word of mouth, and meanwhile, this whole woke Snow White mess is going to get bumped to third, maybe fourth, if not fifth place, okay? Now, that's a nightmare for Disney. I mean, straight up humiliation, okay? Now, Rachel Zegler is now synonymous with failure in Hollywood. This isn't just a misfire, it's a Rachel Zegler fuel collapse that blew up across every media outlet and social feed. Now, Disney tied the fate of this movie to Rachel Zegler instantly with this whole Rachel Zegler insanity, and now it's just an international trash fire raging out of control. Nobody wants to be even touch it, and nobody wants to hear another word from Rachel Zegler either. I mean, if you ask me, that's kind of surprising, but not surprising at the same time. But let's just call this what it is: a historic box office failure, one of the worst Disney has ever had, and they knew it was coming. Well, I mean, we also saw the evidence out there. You don't have to be some sort of Hollywood insider to see it. I mean, there were many red flags from day one, and now they're all trying to pretend like all of this was unexpected. I mean, please, you shove identity politics into a classic fairy tale, make your lead actress go on a press tour, trashing and bashing the source material, and expect the people to line up for it. I mean, that's not bold. That's just plain dumb and tone deaf. It's a recipe for disaster, and guess what? That recipe worked. Unfortunately, you mix Disney's arrogance with Rachel Zegler's insanity and stuff, and you get, a toxic cocktail that the audience will spit right back out. Now on IMDb, people have been roasting this movie so hard it's now flagged as for unusual activity. Translation is so universally hated that the rating system had to step in like a substitute teacher. Okay, now the score 1.5 out of 10. Let that sink in. That's worse than Dragon Ball Evolution. That's worse than The Room. We're talking about an all-time low here, okay? But instead of just simply taking the L, they're trying to play damage control. I mean, this is all hilarious at this point, basically seeing the sinking ship go down. And Rotten Tomatoes, they pulled a similar trick with Captain Marvel when that came out, okay? Now, IMDb is also doing the same thing for Snow White. I mean, they can't just accept that people don't like the product. They've got to go ahead and just simply suggest there's some sort of conspiracy behind it. Oh no, the fans are review bombing. No, people are just calling it like you see it. Now, when you make something this insufferable, it's going to get destroyed. It's not rocket science. You see, you just simply can't put you if you put garbage in, you get garbage out. Welcome to reality, Disney. Haven't seen you in a while. Well, you all know what I'm going to say. Rachel Zegler, the woman who just couldn't keep her mouth shut. Rachel Zegler goes on a media tour basically mocking the original story, bragging about how much she doesn't care for this, and then acts shocked when the backlash explodes. You see, Tim Dillon had the best take. Put her in a cage if she can't shut up. I mean, he was joking, obviously, but the sentiment itself, I mean, it's spot on. We all know that. You see, Rachel Zegler, she's not a freedom fighter. Rachel Zegler is not changing the world. You see, she's just Snow White or playing Snow White. That's it. Rachel Zegler should have been promoting the movie, not torpedoing it. And let's be real here. Rachel Zegler is not the only reason this movie tanked. I mean, but at the same time, she sure didn't help. Her attitude added fuel to the fire. It's like watching a slow motion car crash where the driver was of a truck that had a bunch of logs on it and found a destination, flipping off the audience the whole way. No humility, no gratitude, just pure ego, and people picked up on it fast. I mean, that's why every single clip of her speaking became a viral cringe fest. She managed to alienate the very people she needed to show up opening weekend. I mean, let's be honest, that's what happens when you're just more concerned with activism than acting, okay? Now, I talked about this yesterday. Pedro Pascal, for some reason, decided this was the hill to die on. He's the only guy out there defending her, calling Rachel Zegler an icon. He's not saving anyone here. He's just making himself look dumb, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. People are roasting him too, asking why he's not talking about Fantastic Four instead of just sticking his nose in a sinking ship. I mean, that's what gets me. He's not a major. He's got a major role coming up, and instead of just simply focusing on that, he's out here catching shrapnel from a different disaster. That's a bad move right there, okay? And speaking of Fantastic Four, let me tell you all something. These next few superhero movies, they're basically make or break for Hollywood. We're talking Fantastic Four and Superman. Now, if either of those bomb, I mean, it's lights out for this genre itself, okay? And I don't mean like a little dip either. I mean a total meltdown, okay? Now, people are already talking about superhero fatigue. These two films will either revive the hype or kill it completely. Now, if they both flop, then studios are going to panic and they're going to panic hard. You'll start seeing cancellations left and right, okay? And that's not a surprise right there. My thing is, why is it not happening any sooner? But I mean, if both movies hit, then maybe we're back in business. Then we can go back to talking about whether a movie is just good or if a movie is just bad. getting instead of just getting bogged down by all this tone deaf nonsense. That's the core issue right now. These companies have forgotten that entertainment is supposed to be fun, not a lecture, not an ideological checklist, just good characters and some excitement. I mean, that's all everyone really wanted. But when you start attaching every movie to Rachel Zegler and this whole Rachel Zegler insanity, it becomes a lecture that no one asked for. And a guaranteed ticket to becoming an international trash fire. Now, over at CinemaCon, I mean, we're getting word that there's some big updates too. Now, apparently, they're finally gonna announce, who's playing the new DCU Batman. I mean, for a lot of people, they're saying that it's about time. Me, I honestly don't care. And there's also a new Spider-Man movie coming, which is called Spider-Man Brand New Day. I'm not familiar with the chameleon issues in the comics, but from what I've heard, that particular comic run sucked. And they probably might not even use chameleon. They might have a different main villain. And judging by what we've seen, it looks like they're skipping over the actual fan favorite characters just to go ahead and bring in someone like Jackpot or somebody. Who exactly is Jackpot? It's like they're addicted to ignoring the obvious and stuff. I mean, why can't we just simply get a real villain like Scorpion or someone we haven't seen yet? Okay, that's popular. I mean, why do they keep skipping over all the iconic stuff just to go ahead and jump straight into the modern forgettable material? I mean, at this point, it's baffling. The modern Marvel era isn't what built the fan base itself. It's what's been driving it away. But I mean, that's par for the course these days. They'd rather chase headlines than tell good stories, and we're all paying the price for it. At least at the box office. But just like we're paying the price for every studio trying to manufacture another Rachel Zegler moment, only to end up in another international trash fire. Okay, and that's saying a lot right there. Whereas on the other hand, the Jason Statham film A Working Man is out here doing its thing and actually pulling in decent numbers against the Rachel Zegler film, and his film movie is making like $30.2 million globally, 15 million overseas, and that's not record breaking, but it's also but at the same time it's respectable. And you want to know why? Because Jason Statham knows his audience. He doesn't go out there preaching. He just simply delivers the goods, and Hollywood should simply take a note of that. They should stop chasing the next Richard Zegler soundbite and start making movies that don't explode on impact. I mean, that's all everyone really wanted. I mean, right there, simply that's the lesson, or it should be. But Disney Snow White held some number ones overseas. I'll be honest with you, it did in places like UK, Italy, Spain, Brazil, and Mexico. But let's not kid ourselves. That's not enough to save it. I mean, it's like putting a band aid on a sinking ship. Top grossing markets barely scratched the surface, making in like $8.7 million in UK, I think, with 6.9 million in Mexico. Those are just crumbs. That's not saving this fiasco and stuff. It's actually prolonging the inevitable. The legacy of Rachel Zegler is not going to be heroine of modern cinema. It's actually going to be queen of the international trash fire. Okay, so yeah, I mean, here we are, a once beloved Disney classic turned into a tone deaf, preachy, woke disaster starring Rachel Zegler that no one asked for. Fallout. I mean, basically, I can't come up with anything better than a total meltdown, both financially and culturally. Now, this whole Rachel Zegler insanity lit the match, and now everyone's watching the whole thing burn. But hey, maybe now Hollywood will actually start to wake up, or maybe not. Maybe they'll just keep doubling down on the same broken formula. And if that includes more Richard Zegler style rollouts, get ready for some more international trash fires to come. So let me know your thoughts with this in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button on this video if you enjoyed or shared. Be sure to subscribe to the channel on the bell so you'll get future notifications. And I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, peace.